Good evening and welcome to Race Day and coverage of the No Limit Racing Next Gen Graphics Extreme Graphics Cup Series. It is round number 3 tonight. Now we welcome you to the virtual Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame. Of course, Darlington Raceway is where we are. It's the next round of the, of course, great folks on Race Day covering the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series, sanctioned by No Limit Racing, and we welcome you to our coverage. Tonight, there is not a chance for you to win one, but 2 great gift certificates from the fine folks at NBR. We'll have all the details on that coming up throughout the night. I am Wesley Outland. Back with us again, of course, is my friend and producer colleague, Steve Tucker. And Steve, we're ready to go at Darlington, man. This is going to be fun tonight.
Yes, sir. I cannot wait for this awesome track. Very challenging. This is going to be a big challenge for them throughout the season. But, man, right now, we're going to get rolling real quick. The front row, Dalton Tucker and Brandon Fernaffel in that front row. Let's just run through them real quick. Knighton, Cooper, Wirtz, Lovett, Muscarella, Correa, Mock, Lee, Taylor, rounding out your top 10. Then followed by Johnston, Fox, Kaskin, Martinex, Cooper, Sterling, Hamilton, Daly, and Hall. 11th through 20th place, Ruzi, Cherry, Taylor, Wolf, Ishkanian, Rainwater, Henderson, Hamilton Jr., Half, and Miranda, rounding up the top 3. And then rounding up the field, Coates, Barrier, and Lingerfeld. Big field today, Wesley. Cannot wait to get this thing going right now.
36 drivers ready to go here, no doubt, for this event whenever it all gets shook and ready to roll here. 200 miles, 134 laps is the distance here tonight. 4 sets of tires, including the set that they start on. Pit stops, we're looking at about 3 to 4 pit stops. Tire wear is going to be very key. Like I said, tonight we're doing not one but 2 $25 vouchers to IMB Racewear, template gloves, tim boots, and so much more. But first, we gotta wave the green flag, and we do just that. We're green at Darlington. Off into the corner in the first lap. Give it to the man. Up to Dalton Tucker. Brandon Frontapple. Knighton, Cooper right there in tow. And quickly they climb up the racetrack. And that's something we're going to be watching. We've got a couple of cars turning each other down on the bottom of the racetrack. And this is going to trigger a caution for the first time. And the reason why is that car shot up into the racing groove. And that's right, did trigger a yellow flag. Steve, if he would have stayed to the bottom of the racetrack, we would have not seen a caution come out for William Henderson. However, when he spun like a rag top back up into the banking, off the backstretch, off that Boeing back straightaway, it did trigger a yellow flag.
Unfortunately, yeah, for William Henderson, that's going to be our first caution of the day. Race day replay right now, going to activate. And yeah, you saw him get into the wall there in the background of that first shot. The 81 bounces off into the inside wall. It's going to be a short night for him.
Yeah, tough break there for that driver. And, of course, that puts us under the yellow flag first time out of the gate. William Henderson, again, his Chevrolet, just had a little contact in the back of the pack. And we'll watch that. There'll be chances where you might see cautions here tonight at Darlington where they'll stay to the bottom of the racetrack. They won't climb the banking. But if they do, then obviously we will have a caution thrown. And that's exactly what happened to the driver of William Henderson, already the first retiree of the race. On the jump, it was, of course, Mr. Tucker jumping out to the early lead, man. That Dark Star Garage number 21 Chevrolet of Dalton Tucker in the front spot. Brandon Frontapple for Incognito Racing in second. Casey Knighton for Dark Horse Racing, that Ford sitting in third. Hey, by the way, a lot of people might not know this, Steve, but today is the 60th anniversary of Davey Allison.
Really?
Davey Allison
Okay.
celebrated a birthday today. He would have been 60 years old. And, of course, he drove that famous Haviland Colors, number 28. And there's Casey Knighton with the homage throwback for his car. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Long time. But lap number 3 right now, keep in mind, too, as a driver, this is interesting for a viewership because the apron, you'll see it here, too. The apron on this track is very, very wide, and there's just a lot of real estate down there. We're going to see cars, wrecking or getting loose or whatnot, that spin in that apron section that won't trigger cautions. Luckily, that one did, I guess, in this case, for the first caution. But generally, this is one of those rare track combinations that There's a lot of real estate down there, so yellow flags might not come out for single car spins or things that are technically off the racing surface. So either way, first caution, lap number 4.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, bottom line is what just took place was happening below the racing groove, and then when he shot back up the racetrack, that's what drew and triggered our caution flag to come out. So, hey, No Limit Racing, big thanks for joining us tonight. Of course, this is Race Day Network. Steve Tucker, I am Wesley Outland, and again, we welcome you to coverage of tonight's round 3 of the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series, sanctioned by No Limit Racing. And again, sometime around 65 or lap 70, we are going to be doing not one Steve Tucker, but 2 vouchers for IMB Racewear. Big thanks to IMB Racewear. They're one of the big partners of No Limit Racing. And again, because we weren't able to broadcast last week, we were able to, give away 2 prizes this week. So that's what we're going to do.
That's right. We're going to make up for it in a big way today. Absolutely.
Yeah, last week we were scheduled to have the race at we were
Phoenix.
supposed to be at last week Phoenix Raceway, and then you had a family emergency. Just I don't want to go into details of what happened, but you did have a family emergency at the last minute, and obviously things can happen, and that's life. And thank goodness things are getting better. But because of that, life and family more important than an iRacing sim race. Just being honest, and I'm glad that everything's going better, but we decided to not do the race. We canceled it. We were actually chatting about doing a voice track, but honestly, it just didn't work out to do it that way. So here we are. We're back, and hopefully everything will work itself out. And we're going to again give away 2 of those $25 vouchers again sometime during the race around laps 65 and 70. We're going to give away those vouchers before the halfway mark of this race. This race is 200 miles, 134 laps here at Darlington Raceway. And again, this is we're going to have fun here, man. This is a fun racetrack. This is one of those racetracks, Steve, where, Steve, you could go 3 wide, 4 wide. But here's the most important thing as we get ready for the restart in the Geico restart zone. Watch the way they're working off turn 4. You've got to stay up on the wall. There is no way about it. If you stay to the inside, maybe for 3 or 4 wide, you got to get right back to the top of the bracket.
That's right, man. Look at this right now. Dalton Tucker, a huge run right here on the front line. That first spot, it's such a great jump.
I'll tell you, look at that launch he got over everybody on the restart. He sure did. As right now, Dalton Tucker, as we got a couple of more cars pushing out of the groove. Hold on to him there as they work back into the corner. And that's a nice save there by the number 94, it looks like, I believe. And he'll hold it together, and that's the driver of Christopher Tate for Freedom Motorsports. Somehow stays locked on the inside. Everyone else gives him plenty of room, and we'll clear him and we work again into turn 2. Remember, Steve, we did that race at Daytona, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
I have never seen that much fog and just cloud cover.
Yeah.
I've never in my life seen anything like that. Did we ever reach the end of the race?
We certainly did, but man, we had to go through Narnia, I think, to get through it. But it was pretty wild. Right now, we're seeing 3 wide there, 22 car getting through it. Michael Wolf. Tell you what,
Nice drive there.
turn 1 entry right here, Wesley, is pretty nice. Oh, hold on, car off.
But notice he's on the bottom of the racetrack, right? And then watch him climb back up. And because of that, no harm, no foul. We still stay green flag. Look at that. Yeah.
Good stuff. But yeah, right now, turn 1 is nice and flowy. You kind of get into it. You want to say hi, but man, turn 2 is just so awkward to come out of the corner. These guys doing a pretty good job. Dalton Tucker up front, looking pretty good today, looking pretty fast. Your pole sitter.
Watching them work their way in the corner. Again, Tucker, the fast man, up the banking here off of Darlington, off of 3 and 4. And here he comes back down to the line, to the start-finish line. Back in the day, Darlington Raceway was flip-flopped, right? This used to be the backstretch here at Darlington, and then the front straightaway used to be what is now the Boeing back straightaway. They changed it. They changed because of the entrance of the racetrack and to help out with even flow and traffic and everything congestion, exhaustion, if you will. And if you noticed, I think it's been about a decade or so now, the back stretch is now the front stretch. The front stretch is now the back stretch.
That's right.
Pardon the pun. Do you catch that? Yes. Okay.
I did. Well, now you said even flow, and now I've got Pearl Jam stuck in my head, so thanks a lot.
Even flow. Yeah, I love some Pearl Jam, man. Eddie Vedder, man. Eddie Vedder's, yeah, I love some Eddie Vedder.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, we're seeing a lot of these cars kissing the wall early, Wesley.
Yes.
Knocking down that wall. Got to be careful because that will affect the aero in long-term and long-run runs here. So, got to keep those fenders clean.
I want to send a shout out to the Pottles. Obviously, Chan Pottle. I think she's the race director for the NLR series. Thank you also to Courtney Barrier. She says rooting on the 53. Thank you, ELZ. Yes, you're exactly right. Family first. It's right now. Look at this gyro cam riding on board with one of our drivers around the racetrack here. As we are working now lap number 11 of 134. By the way, here on race day, the Lady in Black Darlington, this track is 1.366 miles, 2.198 kilometers. Turns 1 and 2. Egg-shaped racetrack, by the way. If you take a blimp view above the racetrack, you can really see what we're talking about. 25 degrees in turns number 1 and 2. 23 degrees of banking in turn number 3 and 4. Totally different transition on the entrance and the exit of the racetrack. They hit that going back straightaway, and it is 2 degrees of banking. The front straightaway is 3 degrees. Very unique racetrack here, this egg-shaped like Darlington Raceway, Steve.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, 3 and 4 is just so much different than 1 and 2. It's crazy. Turns 1, pretty flowy. You want to get to the top lane, right? And then turns 2, man, it's just so tight. It just narrows down. 3 and 4 are pretty doable, pretty, not easy, but definitely a lot easier than 1 and 2. That's going to be the Calamity Corner, as they say, turn number 2.
Closing in on 15 laps into this one, Dalton Tucker still the leader, the man out in front for Dark Star Garage. It's Brandon Cooper in second, followed by Alex Muscarella in the third spot, Casey Knight in fourth, Brandon Fronapple right now, your top 5. The bottom 5 includes Brian Wirtz, Isaac Bach, Matthew Correa, Quentin Lee, and Matthew Lovett. That's the way it stands right now as we're 15 of 134 laps at Darlington. And Steve Tucker, they're right up the back straightaway one more time up the banking.
They are, man. Right now, lap 15, still early in the race, but we're going to see one thing, too, that we haven't talked about, Wesley, is tires. Tires here fall off harder than any other track. So that's going to be a key thing today, to hold on to your tires. Don't burn them up. You know, easy corner entry, especially early on in a run. And if you can do that, sometimes managing that race is more important than speed, especially at a track like this, right? So I expect to see some short pitting for sure on long green flag runs.
Another lap on the board now as they work their way across the stripe. And whoa, couple of cars tangled bottom of the racetrack. Number 80 up the speedway. That's what I referred to as those drivers shooting back up in the racing groove. Caution out for the second time. That is driver number 80. Oh man, that is Austin Cooper. Some other drivers involved in it, and this will trigger our second caution of the race here on lap number 16, working lap 17, Steve.
Yeah, so right now we're seeing...
got into him there. Matthew Taylor might have got a little aggressive.
Yeah, he sure did. The 80 kind of cleared his nose a little bit, and unfortunately that's going to bring him down into the apron pretty well banged up. So a couple more as well got involved. We'll go take one more look at this just to make sure we cover all of it. But
and then it was like a ping pong ball, man. It was just bing, bing, pow, splat.
It was. Here we go.
Just piling into him. Watch this again. Taylor in 44, that's the white car with the blue numbers, puts him up into the safer barrier. Maybe the 80 car might have got into him, maybe he didn't like it. Taylor with the crossover. Here comes that other car up on the outside of Mirinda. And look at this now, Taylor, as they go in the corner. Oh, wow. Okay, this might have lasted a little bit longer than what we thought. So here you go. This was about a lap or so when all this took place. Here it is, right there. Oh, wow.
Man, oh, man.
There goes everybody else along for the ride.
Yeah, Kyle Hall here just had nowhere to go, unfortunately. Pretty well banged up on the front end. Not, maybe not terrible. We'll see, but Yeah, tough break for a lot of these guys right here. A couple of takers right now on pit road. We're seeing Mark Martinex, Josh Fox, and more.
By the way, Kyle Hall caught up in that accident. Daniel Half as well. Then it was also Brandon Barrier on pit road. Lingerfelt, and other drivers, as you mentioned, pitting here. As we go under the yellow flag here with about 18, working 19 of 134 laps. Quick break from Darlington. We're back with more on race day. The Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series, round 3 for No Limit Racing. Welcome back to race day here at, of course, Darlington Raceway. And again, don't forget, sometime around the lap 60-70 mark, we'll be giving away 2 $25 vouchers for some of that cool IMB racewear. IMB racewear template gloves, Simp boots, and No Limits gloves for not NLR gloves. Giving them away. Type NLR is definitely looking forward to this this endeavor with No Limit Racing. And again, you can get more of your opportunity of checking out more stuff at IMBRaceware.com. As the green flag goes back out here at Darlington as well. And Dalton Tucker, Steve, with another great... Is he related to you, Steve?
No, sir, but man, I wish he was, because he is looking really good right now in that 21 car. Driving way better than I could right now, looking very, very good. Rest of the pack, though, looking pretty tight. Single file, but man, it's going to be tough right now. 3 and 4. Loose. A lot of guys getting tires right there in that pit stop, Wesley. A lot of guys going to come to the field here pretty quick.
I'm telling you, brother, he's picking them up and putting them down and definitely making some noise doing it as well. Big thanks to everybody for joining us, obviously, as they work their way back off the turn number 4 as they come down that back straightaway. That's that Boeing back straightaway here at the famed Darlington Raceway. And all the while, Tucker has been the man that has led most of the way. Cooper in second, Knight in third. Muscarella, Wirtz, and Correa now trying to sneak into the top 5 as they work their way down the front stretch back to turn 1. It's all Tucker behind him in the corner. They're doing it single file.
Yes, sir. Cooper got around Knighton right there. Great move. And right now, going to track down that number 21 if he can.
All this happening now as they work back into the turn again. There's that 18 machine of Brandon Cooper. Cooper now single file. Behind him is Knighton. Muscarella now. Muscarella in that fourth spot trying to run down Knighton. Brian Works got around him, and they're not done. They're going to go door to door up the bank in here in turn number 1 and 2.
Got to be so careful right now. You're not going to see a lot of guys going too wide in turn 2 because it's just so treacherous and so tight. 3 and 4, you can make it work, but man, turn 2. Tell you what, look at this. We're seeing the 77, I believe, into the wall. Correa keeps it back up there, keeps it straight. Great job there for him.
Holding it together now again with Tucker, the man in the lead spot as it's right now. Tucker, Cooper, Knighton, Works. They stay all up against the outside of the safer barrier here at Darlington as another lap goes on the board here right now. There you see from another camera angle from the driver view from the pavement. Watch that 45. There's that NOS Energy machine. He is starting to make a climb into the top 10. Matt Cherry, here it comes in the NOS Energy machine for D&Q Racing. He's got a run. He clears by Tate. He's also going after Korea, and he's trying to go into the top 10 and 1.
There was contact there with that 94. Got to be careful.
Boy, the number 94.
Oh,
there's contact. Oh, boy. There you mentioned it. Cherry, bottom of the racetrack. And there you see what I was telling you about how he lost control, spun to the bottom of the racing apron there, Steve Tucker. And it doesn't trigger a caution unless he climbs up into the pack. And he doesn't do that until he gets back in forward momentum, up to speed. And we will stay under the green flag as we approach lap 30.
Yes, sir. Fantastic recovery there. Keeps it straight. No contact. Gonna climb his way back up to the front now. Long race though still.
Another opportunity again is, boy, Christopher Tate not backing down. Neither was the driver of Caston and others, and nowhere to go for the number, the 05 machine of Mr. Cherry, the NOS Energy colors, and he fell all the way back to 45. My apologies. That Chevrolet fell all the way back to 25th. He lost 15 spots because of that exchange of what just happened there.
Yes, sir.
Another lap on the board here as we are approaching lap number 30. When they come back to the line in a few more circuits is right now the Dark Star Garage, number 21, Dalton Tucker. He is the fast man. Listen to this, 29.733 seconds around the racetrack. He's flying around here at Darlington.
Yes, sir, he really is. And right now, though, he's doing a good job, too, of having speed, but also maintaining the tires, too. That's one thing I'm going to keep harping on because they only get 3 sets of tires over the wall, meaning inside the pit. So that's not a lot for 134 laps. They have to maintain this, and they have to really spread them out throughout the race event.
By the way, find out more details at NLR No Limit Racing, by the way. No Limit Racing on Facebook if you want to join the group. That is No Limit Racing on Facebook. And in addition, if you'd like to know more details and how to get signed up with No Limit Racing, go online to their new website. And, of course, they're working on a whole bunch of cool things. I saw the website and some of the work that's going on with it, and it looks really, really cool. I believe that's NLRracing.net. NLRracing.simracing.net is approaching about 100 laps left to go in this one. This race going by fairly quickly, even though we had a handful of cautions to start the race.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, that Darlington effect, I always say, Darlington is one of those tracks where, you know, you see it on the schedule and you're like, man, that might be, you know, a caution fest or whatnot. But it really isn't because a track like this, it's so hard to race your competition. You have to race the racetrack first. And when you do that, you race everybody else kind of nice because you're focused on not crashing versus your competition. So we're seeing that right now. We've seen a couple cautions, but overall, some great racing, great tight racing right now.
And by the way, this is coverage of the Extreme Graphics No Limit Racing Cup Series on race day. He's Steve Tucker. I'm Wesley Outland, and right now we work another lap completed here, closing in on 100 laps to go. By the way, about 35 laps or so right before the halfway mark of this race. We are going to be giving you the opportunity to get 2 IMB Racewear $25 vouchers, and I'm in the giving mood, so let's go ahead and start this right now. We will give you about 35 laps or so to get signed in. And if you are watching, all you have to do is this, as we see somebody with a San Francisco logo hit the safer barrier off of turn number 2, tags the wall, keeps on going. Here's the rules. You cannot put your name in twice. You cannot put in the name twice. If you do, you're automatically disqualified. Got to follow the rules, okay? So that's the first one, Steve. Got to follow the rules. As we see the 11, and by the way, I thought that was the San Francisco 49ers logo from far away. It looks like that, but it's not. It's the 11 car that's hit the safer barrier there of Brandon Ishikayan, I want to say.
Ishkanian, yes, sir.
Yeah, what he said, Ishkanian. So Brandon Ishkanian there. So anyhow, to let everyone know the rules, this is what you're going to do. You are going to put in capital letters in the chat box, NLR. What we will do, Steve and I, at the halfway mark, we will count how many people put in NLR, which, by the way, if you're watching, you can do that right now. You can put in NLR, capital NLR, right now. That's the only way you qualify. If you say NLR number 1 or NLR race or any of this, you don't count. You've got to follow the rules. NLR, capital NLR. That'll make it easier for us to find. Now, Steve, what we will do is we will do a random number generator. However many people vote for it and follow the rules and qualify, like Courtney Barrier just did, then you will be in the drawing, and we will draw 2 winners on lap 70. That's how you do it. You can get signed up right now. Capital NLR in the chat box, and that'll get you locked in for the chance of 2 $25 IMB Racewear vouchers. There you go. Follow the rules, and we'll draw a winner later on, Steve.
Yes, sir. Great right there. Awesome prize. Big thanks to IMB.
I don't like that we don't qualify, right? We don't qualify.
That's true. That's, yeah, we'll talk to the higher-ups on that one.
It's all good. Big thanks to IMB Racewear. I don't even have, I tell people this all the time, I don't even have iRacing. I don't have iRacing. I call what's on the screen. I call what producer for Race Day Steve gives me, or whoever, anybody else I broadcast for iRacing for. Shan Pottle, she has, of course, you know, her racing series that she does and her network, and I literally don't have iRacing. So if they gave me IMB Racewear gloves, maybe I'll wear them to keep warm during the winter, right? But winter's a long way away. We're back to warm weather again, Steve. So, yeah.
That's right.
Anyhow, making good progress, though. But the driver that everybody is trying to run down, no doubt, is the driver, Dalton Tucker. This guy is just picking him up and putting him down here, Steve.
Yeah, he's in a whole new zip code right now, that 21 Capital Materials Incorporated. I'll tell you what, he's looking very, very strong. He also actually runs in another league that Race Day here works with, and we've seen him numerous times looking pretty good and pretty stout in a very similar looking orange vehicle. So pretty cool stuff right here for him. Darlington is just one of those places that is just so hard, but when you can nail it, I'll tell you what, you can look very, very stout at a track like this.
This is lap number 40 of the race so far, and obviously we're seeing Tucker pick him up and put him down. Really good run here around the racetrack with another lap on the board, the 05 and the 30 machine up the racetrack. Good hard racing alongside with those guys. Hit that NLR capital letters. We'll draw a winner very soon. Rainwater, Front Apple falling back in the Dirty Dozen as that works on the front straightaway on lap 41. Man, what a great race we're seeing here. Obviously, can anybody stop the number 21 of Dalton Tucker? He's the man that has literally just been in stealth mode so far. As you see everyone else single file, there's the Josh Fox Motorsports JFM number 12 Ford up against the wall. That's the driver for Misfits Racing of Josh Fox and his Ford outside the top 15. Love the colors, man. That looks really sharp right there.
Yes, sir. Very, very good looking car. I'll tell you what, Wesley, this is a track right here. I'm starting to realize it right now, is that this really is a matter of attrition, right? You just have to get to the end. It's kind of like a Talladega. Ooh, as we're seeing the 15 there, Travis Daly just kissed the wall in turn 2, but This is one of those tracks I mentioned it earlier. Hold on to the fenders, don't kill the car, keep the wheels pointing straight, and you might have a pretty good finish. And right now we're seeing a lot of these guys just holding on. You can tell it's tough out there for them.
Yeah, right now just kind of holding your line, if you will, around the racetrack with another lap going by on the board, working now lap number 44 when they come to the line for the driver of Dalton Tucker. It is Tucker the leader, Cooper, Miranda, Wirtz, Tate top 5. Then it's Muscarella, followed by Lovett, Caston, Rainwater, and Front Apple. And yes, believe it or not, we're starting to see green flag pit stops here on lap number 44.
Yes, we are. Isaac Mock, Casey Knighton, Quentin Lee all coming down pit road right now. Green flag stops have begun. Fresh tires in fuel. And get me out of here.
So pit stops are happening here around lap number 44, 45 of the race. We're seeing drivers again coming onto pit lane. 4 tires and fuel. Obviously, they're going to be talking about tires. Tires is something we're really going to be keeping an eye on for. Brandon Barrier Racing pitting for damage on the 53, but still hasn't wrecked out. So Brandon Barrier on pit road. Spot check on the 65 of Lingerfeld. Somebody's asking where Lingerfeld is on the racetrack right now. Lingerfeld is on the scoring pylon. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. I'm sorry. He is in the 12th right now, the 65 machine Toyota of Lingerfeld, for people that were asking just a moment ago. So that is your spot check, and we're starting to see more green flag pit stops going on. And obviously, we await the leader coming on pit road, the 21. He's in his own world, and the question is, when will he peel off a pit road here, Steve?
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Short pitting right here is absolutely huge, right? Darlington will just eat these tires. This track is sandpaper to these. So right now, if one of these leaders comes down pit road, you have to come down too if you're Dalton Tucker. If Miranda or Cooper come down, or Wirtz, you need to come down because they will get such a huge advantage. But also too, Wesley, this is a great opportunity for a caution because slow cars on old tires versus brand new tires. A lot of mishaps, a lot of braking zone differentials. This could be huge right here. Got to get through it.
Question is, will we see that happen right now as all this is going on around the racetrack? I think we've had about 3 or 4 people sign up. Again, hit NLR. We're about 20 laps away from giving away those 2 IMB Racewear $25 gift vouchers. We'll be doing a random number generator as soon as we find out who all the people are. We'll find out who drew which one first. So kind of an idea is, let's say we have 10. If we have 10 and we pick the person who picked 6th and 9th, the person who typed NLR 6th and 9th, that will be who your winner is. And honestly, Steve, that's about the fair way of doing it for sure.
Yes, sir. Man, right now, look at this. Dalton Tucker, your leader, has some crazy lap traffic in front of him. Old tires versus new. This is part of the trick too. Lap 50 right now. Dalton Tucker really losing some time. 3 seconds back to Miranda, who's now pitting in.
Oh, wow. Yep, there's the 98 peeling off of the pit lane. Beautiful looking car right there from Mario Miranda. Other drivers peeling in, including also Brandon Cooper on pit road. You've got some others behind him, and still we await the drivers of Tucker on back to probably 9th. From Tucker to Front Apple, nobody has pitted yet. All this going on with more green flag pit stops. And man, I'm telling you, going over 50 some odd laps around Darlington, this track is virtually abrasive on tires and so much more. For sure, no doubt, you know, Steve, I would think they would have been pitting before lap 50, but well, he's stretching it. He's making it work. And another thing, he's got a big lead over Brian Wirtz. He's got a 3-second lead almost.
He does. It's a smart move, though, because you only get 3 tire sets after or over the wall. Here he comes right now, the leader, Dalton Tucker.
Here he comes. Yep. The smart thing to do would be Brian Wirtz to follow. Monkey see, monkey do. Christopher Tate, will they do it? No, they do not. Dalton Tucker is on pit road by himself right now.
Yeah, here's the thing, too. You only get 3 tire sets over the wall. So right now, pitting in lap 53, you'll probably pit again on lap 100, 110, give or take. That'll leave you 1 more set of tires in case a late race caution comes out. So that's going to be the strategy here for these guys. Right now looking pretty good. Brian Wirtz, this should force his hand to come down pit road. Don't see it just yet, though.
Yeah, locked up the rear wheels there as you saw some smoke come from the brake dust for the Brian Works machine. We got trouble. Contact. Couple of cars get together. 45, 67 into the wall. Now notice they're wrecking. They're to the bottom of the racetrack. He got back up into the racing groove, and we had no choice but to throw the caution as we are under yellow flag, under green flag pit stops. This changes everything as Kyle Lingerfeld just got turned on the Boeing back straightaway for the third caution of the race.
It does. This is absolutely massive for the guys who have not pitted yet. Brian Wirtz going to be in the catbird seat. Oh, my word. How does this shake it up, Wesley? 54 laps in.
Let's take a look at a race day replay of what happened here on the Boeing back straightaway to put us under the third caution of the race. And, well, we already see all these other drivers. We're seeing green flag pit stops happen. It happened on the back straightaway. And I'm trying to think of all the numbers that were caught up in it. I want to say it was oh, come
yes,
on.
Isaac Mock. We'll just try to get that angle. Here we go. This might be it right here.
All right, here we go.
After
there
the
it
fact,
is, the 37 or the 47, actually, the one that got turned. And look at this. We're going to kind of rewind just a little bit more if we can find it. It is Isaac Mock into Lingerfeld. You see the 65. There he is. So he was caught up in it. Another truck down at the bottom of or car at the bottom of the racetrack. And I'm going to say that might have been the 2.
Man, we can't.
Right there. The 18, my apologies. That's Brandon Cooper. So, all right. Let's see if we can set it up for it. And look at Lingerfeld turning the 47 and then Lingerfeld into the 18 of Cooper. And here's the deal. Remember what we were talking about, Steve? If he would have spun the 47 Cooper down to the bottom of the racetrack, then we would have never seen a caution flag thrown. But when he climbed back up the racetrack into the racing groove, that's why they triggered the yellow flag there. Yep.
That's right. And that right there was a case of turn 2, right? It gets so narrow, you can bounce off the wall and then bounce into the guy next to you. That right there was the case of that, unfortunately. Collateral damage there for Isaac Mock in Lingerfeld, but that can happen. But this right here, Wesley, strategy-wise, man, a lot of cars right now trapped a lap down, and drivers like this, Brian Wirtz, and I mean, all these guys around him, man, this is going to be massive because they can get the tires now and trap a lot of these guys down a lap. A lot of wave rounds incoming.
Not one, but 2 chances for you to get a IMB Racewear $25 gift voucher. It is coming up in less than 15 laps. All you have to do on the race day chat box is put in capital letters NLR. We're back from Darlington with more in just a moment.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping. Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight. Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Approaching the halfway mark of this event, welcome back to coverage of the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series on race day for No Limit Racing. I'm Wesley Outlet, Steve Tucker alongside, and getting everybody shuffled back up. Don't forget, we're less than 12 laps away from that giveaway for those IMB racewear vouchers. Put in capital letters NLR, and you qualify for that. Michael Fassett, you didn't spell correctly. I'm going to hope that you can redo that again. NLR. So hopefully you spelled it, respell it, we'll get you back qualified. But only one time you can vote, so I'm kind of being nice to Michael there. Maybe it was a type error, because the R and the L keyboard too close. Well, I can't say that, so. All right, let's try this again. We'll get ready for a restart and try this one more time with now the driver of Brian Wirtz up in the lead, followed by Christopher Tate, Alex Muscarella, followed by Cullen Johnston and Quentin Lee, your top five. Steve, new names up in the top five as we get ready for a restart.
Yeah, so here's the thing right now. That yellow coming out, it trapped a lot of these cars a lap down, so that's huge news for a lot of your top contenders. So all these guys right here, the top 9 really, were the ones who pretty much didn't pit yet, right? They pitted after the yellow came out, and they just got gifted just a huge prize right there by getting that. And I mean, look at this. Dalton Tucker, our pole sitter and the one who's been dominating this race, is in 20th place right now, 18th place, 1 lap down. So this is pretty insane. Most likely we'll see a lot of these guys get the wave around once we go 1 to green officially. But still, right now, this is pretty wild. And the whole race has just turned upside down right now for a lot of these guys.
Lights off on the pace car, 2 by 2 by 2 as we get ready to go back to green. Brian Wirtz, Christopher Tate on that front row. Muscarella, Johnston, row number 2. Followed by Lee and Miranda as they'll get ready to come back for the restart off that going back straightaway. 3 cautions so far in this event as we are closing in on the halfway mark. Final chance to get that NLR capital letters in the chat box before we do random number generator at halfway. And we are getting ready to come back to restart as the pace car drops onto the pit lane. Field creeps ever so closer to the Geico restart zone. That's that blue box is on the retaining wall, and we are back to green here. Wirtz will now have an opportunity to show his strengths up in the lead in that number 82 up the bank and into turn 1. Take about a lap or so to get back up to speed here as they work the back straightaway. A couple of packs starting to break apart from one another. And all of this going on with now Wirtz, Tate, Muscarella, top 3, single file, and here we go, back to the line. Again, look at this move here. Watch that 21, Dalton Tucker, a lap down. He got mired a lap down when that caution came out here, Steve. He's got to fight to not only get back up to the lead lap, but try to get back up to the front.
That's right. He has to maintain and get himself into that lucky dog spot, the pass around. He's not there yet, but he's getting close. Either way, though, a wave around would work it. But right now, only the top 9 drivers are on the lead lap. Pretty incredible right now. But a lead change right now. Christopher Tate in the 94 takes that spot away from Brian Wirtz.
Working down that back stretch now, Brian Wirtz. And there you see that driver in the E94 machine. And that's Christopher Tate. Remember, he had problems earlier in the race. Climbs now 30 spots to the number 1 position. He is your new leader as he just slammed the safer barrier coming off of turn 4. Got himself one of those famed Darlington stripes. No harm, no foul. He keeps on going back into turn 1.
Yes, sir. We're seeing some drivers right here hard charging. These guys weren't necessarily top contenders earlier on in the race, but right now they find themselves on the lead lap, but also only 9 of them are in that spot. So pretty cool stuff. The 13 and the 45 though get together. The 45 going to go around here.
And there goes the 45 around again. Another time of Cherry, the NOS energy drink machine. But again, he's on the bottom of the racetrack, out of the racing groove. And there will be no caution for that 45. Now they're going to trigger a yellow flag. I don't know where it came from, unless there's another caution on the racetrack. But that 45 tried to get back rolling again of Matt Cherry. And we are under caution again for the 4th time, just before halfway of the race.
Yeah, not sure why this yellow flag triggered so late. This shouldn't be something that iRacing triggered. This might have been something different. We don't see any notifications on the live scoring system about somebody else crashing. So, question mark.
So we'll find out the caution here. As well, the good news is it works in favor of some of these drivers. If anybody up in the front decides to come down to the pit lane, then this could give the wave around for guys like the 21 of Tucker or others. Tucker, Korea, Rainwater, if they go for the wave around and they take that, stay on the racetrack here. So here's a look at a replay. I believe what happened, I think, to the 45 of Matt Cherry. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have it. I mean, we can look back at Cherry's incident, but so right here, okay, the 45 tags him.
Yeah.
But the yellow flag comes out way after he's already.
And you notice he's out of the groove, okay? You see where the top of the safer barrier is, where those 3 racing grooves are? That's the racing groove. He's all the way down in the 4th, 5th line, and then all of a sudden, then he gets rolling, and they draw a caution, trigger a caution. I wonder if something else happened somewhere else around the racetrack that we didn't see, and that's what caused the, if you will, caution to be triggered. So yellow flag out again here on race day, as you see the 45 of Cherry. And
yeah, interesting.
I don't see from the track map any car that stalled or stopped. I'm wondering if it was just a late yellow that got thrown there for Cherry, honestly, Steve.
I mean, yeah, it might have been. I'm not sure that it's something that was done by iRacing. If it was done by maybe race control, that could be an option, but not too sure. Right now, 45 is going to stop on the track right here, and alrighty.
So another caution coming out here, and right now halfway home in this race. So we're closing in on the halfway mark. All right, we're going to go all the way to lap 70. Lap 70, the polls will close. So this is your last opportunity to get signed up and put in capital NLR for the chance of not 1 but 2 $25 gift vouchers. We're going to do random number generator on lap number 70. So that's what we're going to do. Lap 70, random number generator. We got 2 names that we will randomly pick, or 2 of the way we're going to do this. And honestly, me and Steve discussed it. It's about as fair as we can do. From everybody that voted and did it correctly and put NLR, we're going to count you. And then we're going to do random number generator. And we're going to do it twice. 1 out of 15, 1 out of 30, whatever it is. Right now, Fun Times with JC, I think, is the most recent one to sign up. I think that's what now? 7? I think so, Steve? 1,
yes, sir.
2, 3? Okay. So, if we don't get anybody to sign up, and you can only sign up 1 time. That's also, I want to say that's fair. You can only sign up 1 time. You have to sign up once. You cannot sign up twice. The only person I gave a lucky dog to would be Michael Fassett, because he did type it up. He just had the name incorrectly, but he at least did put the intent of NLR, but he had NRL instead. So, but anyhow, what we will do is we are going to random number generate who these people are, And if you are the second person and the fifth person, if that's what we do for random number generator, then you are the people that win the vouchers. And I guess Steve will give you the details of how to contact them or whatnot. So right now, your last chance coming to Green Flag here. NLR, capital NLR for that $25 voucher. Not once, but twice from No Limit Racing. And we, Steve Tucker, are getting ready to come to the Green Flag for the second half of this event here at Darlington. Round 3 of the year. Coming back to speed, Green Flag back out. And Christopher Tate, what a great job on the restart. Powers away from everybody. Right behind them, Alex Muscarella, followed by Brian Wirtz. And now Miranda trying to climb into the top 5 as he works his way back on lap 70 to the back straightaway.
Uh-oh, Brian Wirtz right now way off track. Looks like he might be pitting potentially. Interesting call.
What strategy here? Coming down pit road, might be trying to break up the pit stops in half here. This is his first time on the pit lane.
Yeah, but he just pit, so that's I don't know what that is.
Maybe a penalty.
Yeah, maybe a penalty.
It might be that. We still stay under Green Flag though. All right, registration is closed. Signing up is closed for NLR, so we're going to stop Steve with Matt Jorgensen. So we're going to stop with Matt Jorgensen. So give me the number real quickly of how many people signed up, if we can. Is it 7? Random number generator.
Let me make sure real quick.
Matt Jorgensen is the last person that can sign up. That's it. Nobody else. Matt Jorgensen was the last person to sign up. Okay, so random number generator, 1 out of 7. So write these numbers down. The first winner number is number 3. Number 3 is the first winner.
So Luke Rainwater.
We can write this down as we got contact. Got cars all up in the wall, somehow holding it together off the safer barrier. Great save by the 11 and others. Okay, so number 3 from the random number generator, 1 to 7, is number 3. Random number generator winner 1 through 7, number 2 is number 2. So number 3 and number 2, that is of course, what is that? Rylander 63 and Luke Rainwater. You are the winners of a $25 voucher from IMB Racewear. So again, from random number generator, number 1 through 7, winners are number 2 and number 3. And we go back to the race, Steve.
Yes, we do right now. So the winners right there, if you can, in the chat, just send me your email or preferred email, and we will get that over to you, or one of the admins of the league will, very shortly.
Yes.
And that will be great. So congratulations. But right now, lap 75, we are counting it down to the end of the race. Right now, though, Alex Muscarella, right now in that P1 spot. Mario Miranda in P2 as well. Tell you what, this race, ever since lap 50, Wesley, has just changed on a dime. Right now, it's a whole different look right here.
Yeah, what a phenomenal job these guys are putting on here. And right now, Alex Muscarella will now show his streaks in that top spot. He'll be the man that leads the way as we approach lap number 76. It's Muscarella, Miranda, Caston, Lee, and Daly, top 5. We all stay single file as they work their way back around the racetrack. Another lap in here as we move into the second half of this race. Oh, and yes, again, congratulations, by the way, to Rylander 63 and Luke Rainwater. Congratulations, and thank you for everybody that signed up and registered. We'll do it again next week, as always. Because right now, look at this going on here. We're trying to, let's pick up the 30, and there you see him trying to find a way to fight through the field, and Matt Cherry in trouble again as he's in the wall, bouncing off of another car in the back, and they hold it together as they go back into the corner. There you go.
No joke, Darlington is just so tough right here, and we're seeing it all over the racetrack though. But right now, still, again, keep in mind the top 9 are on the lead lap. Everyone else a lap down. Lap 50 had a long green flag run just to get you folks back up and a yellow flag came out, and that trapped a lot of these guys, including your leader at the time, Dalton Tucker, a lap down. Right now, we're going to see 3 wide here entering turn 2. Maybe not. Great move.
Yeah, look at this again, and now Cherry somehow just got back rolling one more time, stays in line. And now we have a caution being triggered as we got a stack up here coming down below the start-finish line. Problems here, the 98 machine is involved, and we got another car caught up in it as the yellow flag will be showed for the 5th time here at Darlington on lap number 80 approaching it.
Wesley, these were the leaders. Alex Muscarella and Mario Miranda, both the leaders at the time. What happened here at the front of the field?
They took each other out.
Let's take a look side by side in turns 3 and 4. Oh, the 98 just comes up.
It's the 98 and the 48. Yeah, the 98 and the 48. That's Mario Miranda and the 48 machine there also. Tough break for Alex Muscarella. And let's watch it on board. Look at the 98 inside. He had a run on him. Look from that rear view mirror there, Steve. And then all of a sudden it just kind of ran out of time or something here. Inside, plenty of room given. Look at how fast that draft just sucked him up.
Oh yeah.
From the rear end of the car right there. As again, from another angle, watch it one more time, and I think this is when it happens. Look at how it just reels him in. There's got the run as the 21 went by. And then now he's on his inside. Look at this.
This is where it happens. Out of turn 4 here.
Up here, right here. You see he's on his inside. He didn't give him room, and they turn each other. Oh, man. Let me see. You know, that reminds me of in turn number 2 last year at the throwback Goodyear 400 at Darlington that I was at, where actually Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson wrecked each other, and he T-boned him halfway down the back straightaway in the overtime finish of the race.
Yes, sir.
Kind of that right there. I mean, you just literally just kind of run out of room, and there's no room to go, and then you just get clipped and hooked, and got to be a little bit more give and take here. Michael Fassett, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome to coverage of race day. And Steve Tucker, I'm Wesley Outland. This is the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series sanctioned by No Limit Racing, round number 3 of the year. And I'll tell you what, Steve, Darlington's not disappointed. This has been a very exciting, fun race tonight, no doubt.
It has, and the thing is, too, the racing's been good, but really just... like the circumstances, right? I mean, yellow flags at the wrong time, or maybe the right time if you're, these guys in the lead lap are here. So a lot's going on, and it's changing everything. I mean, we're seeing drivers who are dominant, stuck a lap down. We're seeing drivers who, were maybe not normally up front, and they're getting a chance to be shown off and stuff. So it's pretty cool stuff. Travis Daly currently going to be your leader right now on lap 82. So a lot going down. Still, a little bit left to go in the race, about 52 laps. So, but hey, a lot can happen still. We're going to get this thing down. Great race, though. You're right. Awesome job.
Yeah, it's been a really good race so far, and there's been a lot more patience than what we saw from the previous race that we did, obviously, at Daytona. We obviously missed the race at Phoenix last week, but definitely excited with the hype and seeing where it's going, seeing where the series is growing, and we're looking forward to carrying you along for the ride week in, week out here of what's to come for this Next Gen Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series here for iRacing on, of course, race day. Real quickly, Steve, is there any way that people can follow race day on social media, or are you just basically on the YouTube feed, brother?
We are, yeah. We're on the Twitter. I guess they call it X nowadays, but yes, we are. Yeah. We are on that. So, so you can find us on X at Race Day iRacing. So actually, you know what? What might be easier is send me a DM or a direct message on Twitter if you would like on the Race Day iRacing for the winners. that might be a little bit safer option. If you're comfortable enough sharing your email for the winners in the chat right here, that's fine too. But yeah, at Race Day iRacing, you'll see our logo and everything. Just send me a DM or just, tag us in a post and we'll get to you. But no problem at all. Right now, we're going to go back green. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You don't have Facebook or Instagram for Race Day, Steve?
Instagram, no. Honestly, we're not there yet. Social media is not one of our strongest suits. We put all the effort into the stream, but we're getting there. Twitter is stage one.
Even if you just created like a Facebook page and posted the links for your broadcast would be great. By the way, next week we're going to Watkins Glen International for round number 4 at next 54 laps next Thursday night. We'll have it for you here on Race Day. So maybe, Steve, I can help you out along the way of building your social media presence as we are back underway. Green flag, and they are slicing and dicing through the front pack, and quickly under attack daily is by Lee and Tate and Caston, trying to get back into the battle again into 3 and 4.
Travis Daly, oh, hold on to her. Gonna get pushed aside here. Quentin Lee. Christopher Tate back up front. That 94, he's back at it again.
First of 14 weeks of action, we'll have it for you here, working week number 3 of the season. Right now, it is all Tate being the man to show the strengths up in front. Tate, Lee, Caston. Here comes, by the way, powering through the 21 at Tucker. You saw how good the 21 machine was in probably the first 50 laps of the race. Got mired by an accident when he was coming down the pit lane. He fought to get back on the lead lap, and now Steve Tucker, he is up to the podium spot in 3rd in the 21 Chevrolet.
Yes, sir, he is. He worked his way back up from a lap down, and here he is. Got misfortune earlier on from just a yellow flag that came out at the wrong time for him, but right here in 3rd place, that's bad news bears for Quentin Lee and Christopher Tate.
Rylander 63 says, I went from missing the race because of work-related to winning something. I can't beat that. Congratulations, buddy. How is Tucker already back in the top 5? Well, Christian Light, just to answer your question, we had that incident that happened where Tucker was a lap down. There was another caution. They took the wave around. Mini cars did. Nothing's wrong with that, obviously, as we approach lap 88 of the race here, Steve. And that's the reason why the 21's flying back through the field. We saw how strong this race car is. We're seeing many other cars starting to climb back through the field that had problems earlier.
Yes, sir. Right now, still the top 12, though, on the lead lap, so a lot of them still trapped down. But right now, look at this battle right here. 3 wide, 2 wide, we're seeing. They're all keeping it straight. Man, look. Oh, some contact there at the 17.
There you go. Hold it together. There's that Korea there with some contact with some more guys there. Somehow Isaac Mock is in that mix. There's Matt Cherry. Look at that no giving up spirit by Matt Cherry. You gotta love it, right? He's a lap down. Actually, I think he is a lap down, but he is fighting all he can to that NOS Energy 45 for DNQ Racing to just try to find a way to get back into this battle. Ooh,
yes,
the 11's got to give him room. Ooh, the 11 car kind of swallowed them all up there on the inside. Got to give him plenty of room there. And he did, and boy, you can see it start to just pick up another tempo of racing between Brandon Ishikanen and others as they cross the line.
Yeah, we're seeing hard fighting all over the track right here. Turns 1 and 2 especially. But, man, all over the place. Christopher Tate, still your leader. But look at this. Dalton Tucker right on the back end. Tracking him down.
Approaching 100 laps into this event. All the while, Christopher Tate, he is still the man that leads the way. And look at the 21. Here comes Dalton Tucker. He has put that Chevrolet right into the crosshairs of Tate one more time. The 94, the 21, they'll battle for the lead here as they go up the racetrack. Both of them do here at Darlington, working off of turn number 4. That's that 23 degrees of banking, down the 3 degrees on the front straightaway, and right back up the banking again into turn number 1 and 2 at the egg-shaped oval. Oh boy, here kitty, Steve, that's all I could think of.
He is coming for sure. Man.
Picking him up, putting him down. He is going after them. As right now they put another lap on the board here. By the way, coverage of Race Day iRacing on X. That is where you can follow this on social media. Race Day on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button as we see now the 11 machine back into the wall one more time. Hold it together is down to the inside. I believe it was the 30 of Front Apple. Front Apple under attack. So was the 53 machine. And somehow they got to get around them here as they work off the corner.
Man, the 11 right there.
Path.
Ish Canyon just pulled a Ross Chastain around turns 1 and 2. I can't believe that. That was pretty wild. I don't think it was intentional, but man, his car is beat up right now, but still making his way through the field.
Brandon Iskanian drove off the safer barrier and never lifted and tried to pick up about 2 or 3 spots in that exchange. As now here comes Brandon Frontapple back to the inside. He is the driver a lap down on the racetrack. Also, other racers trying to fight and claw. The 55 is looking a little contact sideways. Oh, he held it together. Was that the 55? It was. Oh, no caution, by the way. That's what I love about this racetrack also, too, man. That's Joel Hamilton. But you can lose handling, go to the bottom of the racetrack, and we've seen it a couple of times. Not all the time tonight, though, Steve. But for the most part, you could spin bottom of the racetrack, and you could literally stay right there in the groove, and they don't throw a caution. Sometimes that's
right.
Good. Sometimes that's bad. As we see now, the driver of Matt Cherry under attack one more time with the 98 machine. At one time, we saw how good the 98 car was in this race. Battling, and hits Mario Miranda right there, going at it again here with these guys. And there's the battle for the lead.
Yeah, Tucker is right there. He's just trying to work his way around him. Tate is actually a contender here today. We didn't see the speed necessarily earlier on, but man, he is putting up a fight. 21 cannot really get around him, but here we go.
Inside, driver left. He's got him on the door. There's contact. And he had to back away. Tucker did by about 2 car lengths. Now Tate in the clear. Put the 94 back to the lead as we approach triple digits at Darlington. Gonna try to reel him in and try again, Steve Tucker.
Yeah, that's the issue. Turn 2 again. It gets so tight right there. Going out of turn 2 side by side. Someone's got to give, and right now we might see Dalton Tucker give him a little chrome horn action. We're going to find out.
Looking to try to make that move on the outside now. He got to the right rear of the 94. That's going on. A Chevrolet, couple of Chevrolets for the win. All the while approaching now lap number 98 when they flash across the stripe. Here comes Tucker, driver left on the inside, plenty of room given as they're door to door, literally shades of like Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch at Darlington in the 2002 race. Side by side, 17 6,000ths of a second when they crossed the line a moment ago, Steve, and they're not done yet.
There he is right there.
Yeah, Dalton Tucker. But for how long, though, man? Can Tate get back and get around him again?
I don't know. That lead's falling pretty quick, but looking further back, I'm looking at Brian Wirtz and Quentin Lee right now. Brian Wirtz making his way back up to the front in P3. Great job so far for him.
Close it in on 35 laps to go. And we got problems there. It looks like the 11 machine at Inchicanon is in trouble. The 11, and that'll... Let's watch what happened to him. Okay. All right.
Ish Canyon.
Yeah.
All righty.
What that's all about. Yeah, Ish Canyon. Is he in his pit stall or is he out? What is he doing?
He is now, but I think he was taking a coffee break. I don't know, man. But right now we're seeing we've seen the leader, second place, coming down pit road early. 94 of Christopher Tate. 4 tires and fuel. Off he goes.
You gotta think, you gotta think, is that an undercut advantage he's going
it
for
sure
on
is.
Tucker? Or did he use up his tires trying to battle Tucker for the lead? Thank you, Christian Light. He says that I quote, some of the best racing, insane, exciting racing so far between those drivers in 94 and 21. Thank you. As more pit stops are ongoing, here comes Noah Rainwater on pit road in the 05. And there's the new leader again, Dalton Tucker, second stint of the race leading. And by the way, he went from the penthouse to the outhouse to the outhouse back to the penthouse again, Steve.
He did, man. I'll tell you what, though. We're seeing a lot of the guys right here. Noah Rainwater as well coming down pit road. I feel like this has to force these leaders. If I'm seeing this shortcut, or short pit by Christopher Tate, he's going to have such a huge advantage on tires right now and speed. If this thing goes green, I'm looking at Christopher Tate to win this race potentially, because he's going to have that speed now versus later.
Working to the home stretch of this race, by the way, closing in on 30 laps to go. He's Steve Tucker. I'm Wesley Outland, by the way. Steve Tucker, not related to Dalton Tucker, who is the leader of the race right now in the 21 Chevrolet. As we've also got green flag pit stops ongoing. Brian Wirtz, Hank Caston now up to the podium, along with Quentin Lee and Casey Knighton, as we are approaching 30 laps to go here at Darlington, the Big D. And I don't mean Dallas, and I don't mean divorce. It is somehow trying to survive the lady in black here, Steve, at the finish of the race.
I don't know what you just said, but I love it. Here we are, though. Dalton Tucker. Tell you what, he might be the Big D right now in P1. Looking pretty good, that 21 car, man. Awesome. Brian Wirtz, though, man, we saw Brian Wirtz earlier in the race kind of sliding back a little bit. Right now, though, I feel like he's kind of found some speed. That car's coming to him.
Made it work, and he made it happen for sure with Dalton Tucker in the lead. Brian Wirtz, Hank Caston, Quentin Lee, your top five. The interval now, almost 2.5 seconds for Dalton Tucker. Now, the question is, he pitted on lap number 80. Can he go to the finish of the race? Are they going to stretch it to try to go to the finish of the race for the leader in the 21 and others right there, Steve?
Well, here's the thing. I'm starting to see and hear drivers cutting it off, right? In these corners, clutching it in. Let's take a look. I think we're hearing Mario do it right here. You hear that? Coasting through turns 3 and 4.
Cutting off, coasting, yeah. Yeah, literally cutting the engine off, refiring it, trying to save as much fuel as you can. Oh, boy.
You'll hear it again here, too. There it is. So that tells me that some of these drivers, Wesley, can make it on fuel, or at least they're hoping to.
Yeah. Or they're going to try to conserve to go to the distance. They're going to try to go to the distance and do whatever they can here. For sure. We'll see. All of this going on now. Dalton Tucker, the man in the lead. As you see now, more cars come down pit lane. Here's the 37, Quentin Lee. You saw a glimpse of him come to the stripe. And all the while, it is still Dalton Tucker up in front. Leading the way. Doing really good right here, man. How about that?
Yeah, we're seeing more and more leaders come down pit road right now. Quentin Lee, Matthew Correa right here. So, again, the further we go, these guys are going to have such a huge advantage on tires, and they know they have enough time on fuel, right? So does that outweigh, drivers having to come down or not come down and save fuel? For me personally, I always like to have the offensive strategy when it comes to races right here. So I like pitting, giving me fresh tires, pushing me to the end, and just running off qualifying laps, right? If the caution comes out, it comes out. But for now, I'd rather the offensive here than having that defensive mindset of having to save fuel. So we're going to find out which one prevails. Right now, Austin Cooper coming down pit road at P9.
This is race day coverage of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. Also, the Harpoon Design Cup Series and the Nora Truck Series. All on race day. More details at race day iRacing on, of course, X. And I just hit you a follow, by the way, Steve Tucker, our buddy out of Austin, Mass, as they get ready to come to the line. Under 25 laps to go. More green flag pit stops. More drivers in the top 10 dropping off the rundown of the scoring pylon. Hank Caston is on pit road. Matt Lovett is on pit road. The question is, can these other drivers like Tucker, Wirtz, and Knighton, can they hold on to stretch to the finish with 23 to go at the stripe?
Interesting here, Wesley. Right now, we're not hearing Dalton Tucker, your leader.
He is not showing any signs of stopping, right?
No, yeah, he's just off and going here, not saving fuel, not cutting the engine off, not even clutching it. So either he's really confident or he's they'll be pitting here shortly. We'll find out. Casey Knighton, though, comes down pit road 2, coming out of P5.
By the way, want to send a big thanks and congratulations to Luke Rainwater and Rylander 63. They win, of course, one of those two $25 vouchers from IMB Raceware. We'll do another giveaway next Thursday night with Steve and I when we're at Watkins Glen. Right now, green flag pit stops continue. Casey Knighton, Brandon Fronapple, the next two to peel out of the top 10 to come to the pit lane. And here comes now Tucker. He can't go the distance. The 21's on pit road.
Brian Wirtz as well. That looked like a pretty quick entry there for Brian Wirtz. Not sure if he sped right there, but tough, and really close battle right here. But your leader's coming down pit road. That leaves Mario Miranda. We saw him clutching it earlier. Does he have enough to go to the end? 21 laps to go.
Mario Miranda now being the new leader. Alec Coates, will he peel into pit lane? He will not. He will move to second. Dalton Tucker as well as Brian Wirtz on pit lane. Money stop, and oh boy, he's taking on tires and fuel. We got a spin. No caution yet. There's a spin on the racetrack. Car spun out, but it is out of the racing groove, and we still stay green flag. It was a red and white car. That's all I saw. Just a glimpse of a red and white car spun, and with 20 laps to go, that could have been shades of what happened to remember what happened to Tucker the first time. And there's the man that went around right there. And somehow he still stays green. No caution. Is that Caston, I believe?
That's Matt Lovett, the hot dog machine.
Matt Lovett. Oh, the ballpark guy. Matt Lovett giving us a little spin for a moment in the ballpark entry. And there's a caution now.
Yellow flag again
wow.
After the leader's pit. No.
Here it comes one more time. This literally rainy day feeling again happens to drivers like Wirtz and obviously Tucker, where literally they were up in front and then a caution comes out when they're on the pit lane. Watch the replay. This is the black and yellow 98 machine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we're not seeing it. So the yellow flag comes out once more, just like earlier, but but nothing happens on track. So we're not really sure what went on here. There's no one's off, no one's in trouble.
The only thing that I'm guessing is that they triggered a caution and it's taken time for that to trigger the yellow flag. That's the only thing that I'm guessing. So whenever the ballpark car 40 or Lovett spun, when he spun, it took a moment or so to trigger the yellow flag. That's the only thing that I can gather. That's the, I mean, oh,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll find it from race control if we can at some point. But yeah, that's definitely interesting right there. Again, normally our live scoring in tower, whatnot, it just blows up at us when something happens or somebody spins. But right there, yeah, second caution for, I mean, really no immediate reason. So we'll find out for you folks.
This has got to be frustrated, obviously, Steve, for the drivers like the 21 of Tucker and Wirtz. I mean, this has not happened once but twice now. And if there is any type of silver lining on it, they might possibly, they might not be a lap down, but they might be on the tail end of the lead lap. But again, you're going to be mired behind all these guys unless they're pitting. The only upshot is, as you are seeing Miranda and Coates and Tate and others come down pit road here.
Yeah, I mean, this is, man, just like earlier, right? Miranda, Alec Coates, Christopher Tate, these are massive moments for these guys. Christopher Tate, he showed speed earlier on, and now we're going to see him have this advantage again, where we see, you know, Tucker and all these guys, I believe, a lap down once more. So This is going to be pretty wild yet again. Actually, we're showing Dalton Tucker in P4 actually, so he might be spared by this, but still.
I got lucky. Yeah, I was about to say he's going to the back, but all these other guys are pitting for the most part, and this is kind of being in favor of the 21, and even Brian Works for that matter.
Huge implications either way. I mean, right now, I mean, yellow flags coming out at the completely wrong time, but that's keeping a lot of guys in check too. I mean, Alec Coates and Christopher Tate, for example. Alec Coates started in 34th spot today, right? And right now he's in P2. So this is the kind of day that is just, everything has gone right for him when it comes to luck and fortune. And, you know, can you capitalize on it, right? Darlington's a tough track. A top 3, a podium, top 5, man, that's a huge day for you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back on race day, Steve Tucker is going to take you to the rest of the way for the finish of this one. My name's Wesley Outland. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. However, I have reached that time where I have to part ways and take it for other iRacing broadcast obligations. However, a very fun time working here at Darlington with you, Steve, and the race day crew. And obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing how the finish of this race shakes out. We're back with more and the finish after the 6th caution. This is, again, iRacing on race day. Good evening, and we'll be back with Steve to take you to the checkered flag next.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to No Limit Racing. We are here still in Darlington, and Mario Miranda and Alex Coates are now the top row. 14 laps away from determining this race. Darlington is a track that everybody wants to win at, and right now, who can get this job done? Big thanks to all you folks who are watching, tuning in to the broadcast, supporting the channel as well as the league. Here we go, though. Green flag is out. 13 laps to go in Darlington. Miranda gets a great jump right here in P1. Christopher Tate, though, right there as well, has the speed to hold on to it. Hits the wall a little bit. Dalton Tucker going to go 3 wide, 2 wide right here now. This is the Hornet's Nest. 13 laps to go. These guys have to get through these cars. Trying to do what they can to get around, get through the field. We know how fast Dalton Tucker is, but he's currently in P4 with 12 laps to go. 2.5 seconds back. He can get it done, but you have to go now. Mario Miranda, though, in that 98, could hit this be his day. Victory fuel number 98. Great looking paint scheme today. Man, what a huge win this would be for him. Further on back, we're seeing some crazy battles. Single file right now. 11 laps to go. Miranda, Tate, Coates, and Tucker. And a couple more in between. Look at this, though. Too wide right here. Noah Rainwater has to get through the 28 as well. Casey Knighton up against the wall. Again, 10 laps to go still in Darlington. A lot can happen. Battles all over the track right now. Miranda, the leader, still by 0.6 of a second. Christopher Tate is catching, but very slowly. Coates right here as well, and Dalton Tucker. Some lap traffic in the middle of it too. Riding on board. But Dalton Tucker, man, got loose right there. Oh my word, turn 2. Keeps it together. Awesome job right there. Behind him, Brian Wirtz, Hank Caston. And then a lot of these guys right here further on back. Holding on strong. Noah Rainwater. What a great day for these guys. Austin Cooper. Again, a lot of these. Look at this. Mario Miranda, the leader, up 32 spots today on the race. Christopher Tate up 29. Alec Coates up 31 spots. Incredible job. These are your 3 highest drivers who have made the most positions up from their starting spot. This is really, really impressive. To get that done, to get through the field. Tough right there. Big racing. Side by side. Brandon Fernaffel right here, as well as Joel Hamilton. In that 55, 7 laps to go. Can this be the day where Mario Miranda gets his W? That 98 Victory Fuel Machine, man, up 32 spots, the most out of any driver in the field. Started 33rd, and here he is, coming to almost 5 laps to go in Darlington. What an absolutely incredible win this would be for him. Oh no, but a yellow flag is out. Dalton Tucker looks like. Oh no. Your pole sitter. And the driver who has led the most laps so far in this race. Hard contact, it looks like, on the outside wall. Let's go back and take a look here. Oh man. Inside wall, it would appear. We'll go back a little further and see if we can find out what happens. Take a look once more. So here we go. So Dalton Tucker right here coming out of turn. I believe this is 3 and 4. Yes, it is. So what happens here with him? Fast forward just a bit. Oh man, the 33 of Alec Coates. He was also right there. Oh no. Might have been some bad blood. We'll take a look. Side by side in turn 4. Oh, Dalton just kind of comes up. We saw that earlier with Mario. But unfortunately, man, huge damage for Alec Coates. He was looking so good earlier on. But right now, big damage for him. Dalton Tucker as well. That's going to be it, unfortunately, for those 2 drivers. Dalton Tucker, some right side damage. Didn't get it as bad as Coates did, but super unfortunate. So this right here, 3 laps to go. This will bring out a green-white checkered attempt our first attempt. And man, Mario Miranda, Christopher Tate, Brian Wirtz, Hank Kasten, and Noah Rainwater, your top 5 right now with 3 laps to go. Once we go back green, though, it'll be 2 laps to go. And man, 7th caution of the day. Unbelievable. Real quick, folks. Again, so the 2 winners earlier of the contest for the IMB gift cards, Rylander and Luke Rainwater. So again, I did see, Rylander, your DM or your follow on Twitter. So yeah, if you want to reach me out to there or even on Discord, that's fine too. And then Luke Rainwater, actually, you might also be on Discord too. So yeah, just send me a private message, and then we'll get you going. But congrats to you guys. Right now, 3 laps to go. Yellow flag still up in the air. Mario Miranda, your leader. So right now, we'll go and thank a few sponsors. We'll come right back for the conclusion of No Limit Racing here in Darlington. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to No Limit Racing, the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series. And right now, we are going to be in our first green-white checkered attempt. Who can win this huge race here in Darlington? A track that everybody wants to win at. Right now, we're going to find Miranda and Christopher Tate on the front row. Miranda chose the outside lane. Smart move there. How will this one end? We're going to go green flag here. Geico restart zone. We are back green for the first attempt at overtime. Miranda with a hole shot move right there in that first turn. Great job. Further on back, though, we have Christopher Tate, but look at this. All kinds of madness behind him. 2 wide diving moves. Miranda right here. Gonna come around for the white flag lap. In Darlington will come around. No cautions out. That means the white flag. This is it. Next lap by, we will be at the conclusion of Darlington. Can Mario Miranda win here in Darlington? Christopher Tate trying what he can right here in turns 1 and turns 2. Hits the wall in turns 2 right there. We saw that coming. Mario Miranda looking so good. The race just went his way. Cautions fell at the right time. And Mario Miranda, checkered flag in the air. He will be your winner for No Limit Racing. Unbelievable job here from Mario Miranda to get that number 98 victory fuel in victory lane. Awesome, awesome run today. Christopher Tate, incredible run for him. Brian Wirtz in P3. Hank Kasten finishes P4. Great run for them as well. Noah Rainwater in P5. What an awesome job but none other than Mario Miranda burn that thing to the ground. Awesome job. We're going to show off the celebration a bit, but right now, incredible job at the conclusion of Darlington. Mario Miranda is your winner. We're going to talk to him in just a second. We'll talk to our top three as we always do, folks. Right now, though, we'll go and talk to a big thanks to IMB and Butt Kicker. We'll give him a quick shout out, and then we'll come back and talk to your podium finishers. We'll come right back. Alrighty, folks, we are at the conclusion of the Extreme Graphics Next Gen series here at Darlington. We're going to walk you through the top three right now. What an incredible run for these guys. Brian Wirtz finishes P3. Let's get him on down here. Here he is. Brian Wirtz in the 82 finishes off with the P3, a podium spot, man. Great job. Talk to us about your race.
Thanks. Yeah, I had a pretty good race. I definitely didn't have the short run speed the others had. I noticed, like early on, I would lose half a second to a full second, and as we get later into like the mid 20s to early 30 amount of laps on the tires, I would finally start to roll back toward the front. It just didn't shake out that way, but I gotta give credit. A lot of the strategy that we talked about on one of the early cautions coming from my teammates, Casey Knight and Dalton Tucker. It was a pretty good day all in all.
Yes, sir, man. Great job right there. Great looking pay scheme, too. Man, give us a shout out real quick to your sponsors, friends, and family. What do you have for us?
Yeah, I got to thank IMB Racewear for coming on board this season. They provide fantastic racing gloves for sim racers, racing boots, socks. You can get jackets and stuff customized to your specific, whether it's iRacing team or real life team. They have a whole lot of merch that you can sit down with their designer and customize. They're an awesome group.
Awesome, man. Great job again today. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, there he is. Brian Wirtz in finishing P3. Great job for him. Next, we're going to bring in Christopher Tate. Let's find where Christopher Tate is. There he is, right here. Christopher Tate, Steve the Booth Man. Hey, great job today finishing P2. You had a lot of great runs right there. Looked pretty quick. How'd the race go for you?
It's very up and down. I can say that. Car is fast, but man, I don't care what league it is. Mario's always lights out. So just came up short. Definitely caught some breaks of cautions there. Definitely some questionable calls tonight. But I mean, I'm glad to at least come away with the top three at my favorite track.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, great job again. But hey, real quick, give us some shout outs. Who you have for sponsors, friends, and family?
Yeah, T-Top Manufacturing. They were always helping me out. Smoke Pit, Cash Customs, 1-3 Speed. All of them are great partners of mine. Brandon for letting me in this league last week, and you guys on the broadcast. From what I've heard, you guys do a great job, so I can't wait to go back and watch that. Everyone watching, everyone is just really competing in the league. Tonight was really fun. Looking forward to hopefully getting a win next week.
Yes, sir, man. Great job again today. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, there he is, Christopher Tate. Incredible job, but right now we're going to bring in the man of the hour, Mario Miranda. Let's bring him in. Here he is, right here. Mario Miranda in the booth here for race day. Man, what an incredible race for you. It seemed like those yellows came out at the right time for you during those green flag pit stops and whatnot. Man, talk to us about your race. Congratulations.
Holy cow, it was definitely up and down race. I thought I got screwed on the first yellow, ended up being all right, and then I cycled back up to the lead, and I did not mean to get into Alex for the lead like that. I felt awful for wrecking him out, but we kept going. We talked after, we made up. He wasn't too upset about it, but yeah, and then got my damage fixed. I thought at the very end, if there wasn't a caution, I could make it on fuel. Everyone was starting to pit, and I was really close on fuel, maybe a lap short, but I was really saving at the end there. And if a caution came out or not, I really did think I had a chance to win. But yeah, caution came out, and I got really lucky. And keeping the lead like that, all you have to do is nail your restarts, and you pretty much have it wrapped.
Yes, sir, man. Looks really, really good out there today. Awesome job. Great paint scheme, too. Victory Fuel and Victory Circle. Pretty cool stuff right there. Talk to us real quick about your sponsors, if you have any, man, and great job again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to shout out Victory Fuel. I think it's the best electrolyte water out there, and I use it personally, so it gets you some, and it'll put you in victory lane. But I also want to shout out Twisted Tech and Podium Esports and the guys at Team Watson Racing, that amazing group over there. So yeah, thank you for all those guys. They're the ones who push me like they do, and that's the reason why I'm in victory lane.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job. Go and celebrate, dude. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, your winner, Mario Miranda. What an impressive performance. Got it done today. Super Mario there above the door. Love that. Great job. But folks, that's going to be it for us. Big shout out to all you folks for being here for race days, for supporting the channel, supporting No Limit Racing, supporting the Extreme Graphics Cup Series. Awesome job. That's your finishing order on the left side of your screen. Huge shout out to you guys for being here and being a part of an awesome event like this. Darlington, too tough to tame. Definitely proved to be just that today for a lot of these guys. But either way, Mario Miranda figured it out and is the winner today from Darlington. Great job again, folks. Appreciate you being here. Join us not next Monday, actually. We're off for the NORA Truck Series for the next couple of weeks. But join us on Tuesday for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. We'll be live from Pocono for the first qualifying race for the Dash for Cash. So cannot wait for that. And then join us next Thursday, obviously, for some more extremely awesome No Limit Racing. Either way, folks, have a good night. We love you. Take care.